boys and girls. Ms. Pinto here. I am here to read another story to you, but it doesn't have a cover because my lovely dog, he chewed it up, but the pages are still intact, so we're still going to read it. It is one of my favorite books ever, and you all know what types of books are my favorite. Junie B. Jones. This little guy decided that he was hungry one day, and he chewed up my book. But we're still going to read it, and he's still sweet anyways. So, he thinks I'm playing now. We're going to read the first 2 chapters, and then I'm going to update every once in a while, and we're going to read the next couple chapters. I'm so excited. You know how much I love Junie B. Jones. So this Junie B. Jones book is called Junie B. First Grader, Aloha-ha-ha. Aloha-ha-ha. I wonder if that's going to be us in the summer. So Junie B. Jones, or Junie B. First Grader, Aloha-ha-ha. It's kind of hard to turn the pages because you chewed the bottom a little bit. Chapter 1, Flinging. Friday. Dear first grade journal, I've got big news. Last night, Daddy told me a happy surprise. It's called My Family is Going on an Exciting Vacation, and it's going to be the time of our lives, I tell ya. Is Junie B writing in her first grade journal? I am trying to save my news for show and tell, but I don't think I can wait that long. That is how come I'm going to ask my teacher to start that activity right exactly now. Please stand by. I stopped writing and raised my hand. Mr. Scary was not looking at me. When teachers don't look at you, they have to stand up and shout. Or else, how are they supposed to notice you? I stood up and shouted, Mr. S, how long until we have show and tell do you think? Mr. Scary wrinkled his eyebrows at me. I'm not supposed to call him Mr. S, I believe. Please sit down, Junie B, he said. It's still journal time, and journal time is quiet time. I nodded. Yeah, I know, only I actually like to wrap things up and get started with show and tell now. Mr. Scary sucked in his cheeks. Sit down, he said. We will have show and tell shortly. I looked at the clock. How many minutes is shortly? I asked. Is it 1 minute or 8 minutes or 11 minutes? On account of if it's 1 minute, I can wait probably. But even 11 minutes would be out of the question. Mr. Scary walked back to my desk and he sat me in my chair. There's no picture on this page. I glanced up at him. All I am looking for is a rough estimate, I said. Just then, my neighbor named May leaned across the aisle, and she did a giant shh in my face. I quick wiped my cheek. Ew, I hollered, ew, 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 'cause May got spittle on me. That's why, and spittle is the grown-up word for spitooey. I zoomed to the back of the room, and I climbed up on the stool to reach the faucet, but Mr. Scary beat me to it. He wet a paper towel and wiped my face. Thank you, I said. I needed that. Mr. Scary rolled his eyes. You're being very rambunctious this morning, aren't you, Junie B. Jones, he said. I scratched my head at that vocabulary. Okay, you lost me on that one, I said. Rambunctious, he repeated. Rambunctious means... May's voice interrupted. Bad, she called out. Bunctious means bad, Junie Jones. You're being bad this morning. Bad, 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 bad. I turned to look at her. Her chair was spun around to face the back of the room. She was watching me like an audience. Mr. Scary ran his fingers through his tired hair. Then he went to May's desk and he turned her back in the right direction. Teachers spend a lot of time adjusting people. After he came back, he bent down next to me and he made his voice more private. Junie B, I know you're excited, he whispered. Your mother just called me on the phone last night and she told me about your vacation next week. I threw my arms real thrilled and flinged myself way high in the air. I can't wait, Mr. Scary. I can't wait, I said. Mr. Scary grabbed my arms and he kept me from flinging. Okay, see this? It's the wild behavior that I'm talking about, he said. I really need you to stay calm until show and tell, Junie B. Can you do that for me, please? I thought for a second. Then I shrugged my shoulders. Yeah, only I don't actually know if I can do that, I said, because I'm already trying to be calm, and this is how it's turning out. My teacher tapped on his chin. Maybe we could make a deal, he said. How about this? If you stay quiet and calm until show and tell, I'll let you go first. How does that sound? I bounced up and down, all excited with that idea. That sounds like a D-E-E-L, I said. You mean D-E-A-L, said Mr. Scary. Deal is spelled with an A, Junie B. Whatever, I said. After that, I twirled real fast in a happy circle and I accidentally spun myself to the ground. On my way down, I knocked over the trash can and the sink stool. All of room 1 turned to look at me. I sat up and waved my fingers. Do not be alarmed, people. I am perfectly okay, I said. After that, I stood up and dusted myself off. Then I went back to my seat. I looked up at the clock again. No minutes had passed, hardly at all. I put my head down and I did a groan. Time is as slow as a turtle. All right, boys and girls, that was chapter 1. I'm going to read you chapter 2 next time. Stay tuned.